I'm here today with the co-founder of Technology Metals Research, Jack Lifton. He's also a columnist for InvestorIntel. How are you today, Jack?
I'm great, Tracy. Thank you. How are you?
Oh, and let me add, soon to be the senior editor for the Jack Lifton Report, or JLR as we're calling it. Jack, lots happening in the market right now in the rare earth sector. So let's just jump in right now. Where are we today and where are we heading?
I think we're at probably an absolute bottom, and we're headed up because the Chinese have come through with their threat, so to speak, to lower production, and this is going to raise prices because since they are currently providing us with over 90% of the world's material, as they cut back and demand increases, which it is, prices have to go up. The thing is that this is not a surprise to me because my most recent trip to China, all they were talking about was environmental problems and illegal mining and how both those had to stop. The cynics on this side of outside of China always say, oh, you can't trust them. You know, they always talk about ending illegality and environment. They never do anything. They're doing things, believe me. When you can't see your hand in front of your face in Shanghai, that's a problem that gets to the fundamental core of government. And it's not about rare earth mining being dangerous or even polluting. It certainly isn't, except perhaps in China, where there's been very little thought about safety or health. In the outside world, to use that idea is ridiculous. I've never seen such beautifully clean mining and processing as I've seen with Linus and Malik, for example, to be truthful. And every plan I've seen, and I've probably seen them all, shows absolute adherence to American-style, Canadian-style environmental controls. So we're way ahead of China. They know that. They're pulling in their horns. They're reducing output. This is not a temporary thing. And they have focused on reducing the export of heavy rares, the most critical ones. So how can prices not go up? This should have been factored in months ago. Now, because of the official announcement for the year end by the Chinese, it's become obvious that this is the case. So I see 2014 as a great year for rare earth prices.
Okay, well, the top 9 of the publicly traded companies of the top 15 are all in the TSX or the TSX Venture. And presently, it's my understanding that 79% of all the TSX Venture companies are currently trading under a dime. All right, so I think the impact on the overall resource sector is definitely having an impact on driving down prices on rare earths.
Yes.
Do you agree with that, Jack?
I agree that's what's happening, but I urge people to watch my favorite leading factor, which is copper. Copper is the key technology metal. Everything we do is fed to us through copper wires. Copper prices are now going up. The copper companies are looking all over the world for new deposits. And this, to me, if you're going to produce more copper, you're going to wire more things. You're going to connect more things, and those things are going to be brought to you by rare earth elements. So take a look at, watch copper. Do not ignore it. It is the leading indicator for technology expansion, and right now it's looking very hot for 2014.
So Jack, right now, a lot of people tell me things off the record. And currently, I'm getting a lot of off the records that no one in this industry is going to survive, or only the top 2 are going to survive. And it's even a debate whether or not the one of the top 2 are going to make it. What do you think? Are they correct, or are they incorrect?
They're incorrect. We will have, I don't know. I believe that I think those you're referring to as the top 2 are probably Molycorp and Linus. Those are the top 2 in market cap or the top 2 in production volume. They're certainly not the top 2 in critical materials production. So I'm not agreeing with that at all, because we're going to, when I add together in my mind the critical materials production of the top 5 or 6 non-Molycorp Linus companies, the heavy rare earth producers, it doesn't equal what I project to be the demand even in 2020. So I think there's room for several of these heavy rare earth themed producers to succeed. The real danger for the top two is that somebody who has significant heavy rare earths and light rare earths, and there are a couple of people we know, if they go into production, it may be that we don't need both of the large light rare earth producers. I've made my position clear in the past. I think we don't. And which one will survive? I'm betting on Trans-Pacific survival.
Jack, thank you so much for joining me today.
You're welcome.